Hello, welcome to Tangled Threads. If you enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to our channel. Let's go. So, how was your frickin' day? I'll tell you how mine was. It started off with my phone doing an update before my alarm went off. So naturally, that canceled my frickin' alarm, and that means I'm late getting out the door. I'm in enough hot water at work as it is. I can't help it if the boss's wife wants to get me out of my work uniform. She won't leave me alone. It's like she's dying in the middle of the desert and I'm the only water around. I told my boss, "Hey boss, why don't you take your wife home and have the afternoon off, you know? Maybe get caught up on a few other projects that need tended to. We can handle the shop just fine. Seriously." But no, that jackass won't take his wife out to eat. Not to a movie. Nowhere. How in the world did they even get together? I wonder what he was like 15 years ago. Not that it matters. Now every time I get to the office, she's waiting on me, and he keeps his eyes on me all day. It's not like I'm asking for this. Anyway, I'm busting my ass to get out the door, and the neighbor lady, Mrs. Green, she needs help with her trash. Of course, today is Wednesday, and I forgot to help her out last night. So I stop and get her trash and then spend another 5 minutes trying to get away from that story she always tells about when she was growing up. How the men couldn't handle her, and that's why she didn't have any kids. Then she would want to talk about all of the times she should have gotten pregnant but didn't. My God. That's too much for me any day, but today was already pushing it for me. I finally break away, and as soon as I turn around, I hit something in the grass that caused me to slip just a little. No big deal. I keep on walking. I got places to be, you know. So I get into my car with no time to spare. It's a little chilly out, so I turn on the floor heater in the car. And then there it is. The unmistakable smell of dog feces being cooked on the bottom of my shoe. God damn it. It's just too much, so I pull over and get out of the car. I start wiping my shoe off in the nearest grass, and then I look up. Staring at me is Ted. Ted has the best lawn on the block, and he knows it. Worse than that, he thinks that everyone on the block actually gives a damn about his stupid grass. Now he's standing there, all pompous and whatnot, staring at me as if I am some sort of disgruntled peasant who is attacking him, the Lawn King, with my blasphemous act. I looked him straight in the eye and said, "Funny story. I'll have to tell you later, though." I got back into my car and sped off. I didn't have any time left. I was going to be late anyway, so I stopped at the gas station to grab a cup of coffee. It was either do that or have to go get coffee from the break room where I'd be cornered by the boss's wife. While I'm in there, this man busts in and screams for everybody to get down, saying that he was robbing the joint. We all looked at each other and then back at him. This idiot left the orange tip on his obviously plastic gun. What the hell? Even I could do a better job of robbing someone. So one guy tells him, "Hey buddy, I believe you grabbed the wrong gun on your way out the door." The guy laughs. The clerk starts laughing. Everyone just starts laughing. Why in the hell are we laughing? This guy intended to ruin everyone's day, and now it has just become a huge joke. Then all of a sudden, the guy starts shaking and convulsing like he got struck by lightning or something. That is because he kind of did. This little old man had pulled out a taser and blasted him right there on the spot. When he dropped onto the ground, the old man started stomping his knees. I just walked out with my coffee. It was apparent that this situation was under control, and I had to get to work. About a mile down the road, I realized I hadn't paid for that coffee. Oh well, I'd hit them up tomorrow. I get to the office and Jerry is waiting at the door for me. "Boss is pissed," he said. "When isn't he?" I replied. I walked in and headed to my workstation. There's a note sitting on my desk. "Come see me," it reads. Jesus. So I go to the boss's office. I say, "Hey boss, good morning, sorry I'm late, He cuts me off. "Why are you in here?" he asked. I said the note. He said, "I didn't leave you a note." Damn it. His wife left that note. Am I ever going to be able to start this day? I get back to my desk and start producing these worthless reports. Half the working force in this country only exists for the shuffling of paperwork and money. It feels like such a waste. I look up and see the new girl, Sherry, looking at me. She's really cute. I say hey, and she totally jumps on the chance to have a conversation with me. Score. Maybe this day will start going in the right direction after all. So there we are, shuffling paper, printing our reports, and stuffing folders. But we had a great conversation about this week's happenings, and I even asked her out. We agreed to go see a concert together that weekend. Wow, what a turnaround. Then the boss's wife pops in out of nowhere, in the midst of our laughter and productivity. She tells Sherry that she needs to see her right now. Sherry leaves, and we smile at each other as she heads off to talk to the boss's wife. 20 minutes go by, and she never returns. I get curious and finally decide to go to the break room. I walk past her office and Sherry isn't in there. I look around and Sherry isn't anywhere. I keep walking to the break room past the boss's wife's office. The boss's wife sees me and quickly jumps up and follows me into the break room. "Where's Sherry?" I asked. She and I were getting a lot of work done. "I fired her just now. Is that a problem?" she asked. "Why in the hell would you go and do that?" I said sharply. "She seemed to be a distraction to you and I didn't want it to affect your job performance," she replied. "Oh, is that right?" So for the next 20 minutes she's blocking the doorway, not letting me out so I can try to catch Sherry in the parking lot or something, and keeps saying flirty things to me and asking me what I was doing that weekend. My God, someone throw some ice on this broad, would you? Then it happens. The boss pops his head in from behind his wife. She quickly buttons her top blouse button and thanks me for letting her know about the third quarter numbers, and then quickly retreats to her office. The boss asks me where Sherry is. I asked him why. He tells me he needed to speak with her privately in his office. I see what's going on here. I told him his wife just fired her. He quickly retreats back to his wife's office and busts in on her. I can hear them arguing, and finally he comes back out the door. "So what's going on?" I asked him. "Sherry is coming back in and my wife is going to apologize to her and she is going to get her job back." I said, "Is that so?" Huh. I waited around to see Sherry's face when she came in. She was embarrassed but glad to see me. She smiled as she walked into the boss's office. The door closed. I could hear him telling his wife to apologize and then remind everyone that only he can hire and fire staff. Sherry politely accepted the apology, and then the door opened. The boss's wife came out and saw me standing there. She closed the door behind her, leaving Sherry in the office with Sherry. She comes at me. I guess the stress is really getting her hot now. She backs me up to the cubicle wall and presses her body against mine. She says she's tired of waiting and that I need to give her what she wants right now. Jesus. I look over her shoulder at the boss's door. I wonder what the hell is going on in there. So I slide out from in front of the boss's wife and tell her it's not going to happen, and then I head to the boss's door. I bust in, and there he is, all up in Sherry's personal space. I held out my hand. "Sherry, let's go." She takes my hand and we walk out and down the hall, out the door, and never looked back. We both quit right then and there. Sheesh. I thought I was hired to do my job, but I think I was hired to the boss's wife's plaything, and Sherry was apparently there to become his. Well, we decided to grab a late breakfast at a little locally owned brunch joint a few blocks away. We ordered our food. Our waitress was super nice and not too bad looking herself. Not that it mattered. Sherry and I had something good going here, and I was excited to see how far this thing could go. We ate, we laughed, and then I noticed our drinks getting low and our waitress was nowhere in sight. Suddenly she comes busting out of a door that says "Employees Only" on it. She looked disgusted, and she's stomping hard and just stomps herself right out the door, throwing her name tag in the air as she went. A man came charging out, straightening his tie and yelling, "You misunderstood me. I just wanted to discuss your promotion." Seeing us, he stopped and looked at Sherry and said, "Hey there, miss. You looking for a job by chance?" We got up and left immediately. We didn't even pay the bill, damn. Free coffee and now a free brunch. Sherry and I both got new jobs just across the street from each other. We went out to lunch together as often as we could, and would tell each other the stories about how our new bosses were trying to bed us. Our relationship blossomed into something great for a while. That is, just until she finally did sleep with her boss. Damn. I guess it was bound to happen. I'm gonna go look for that waitress and see what she's been up to. Anyway, that is how life has been for me. How was your frickin' day? Well, if there's one thing this guy isn't getting, it's a break. What do you think? Let us know in the comments section below. When you subscribe, be sure to click the notification bell. Click here for more Tangled threads.